Hi everyone, I'm Angela. Today, I'll be sharing my creative journey. Through this presentation, I hope to give you a picture of how creativity shapes who I am and how I continue to grow from my experiences. Before I begin, let me do a quick overview of today's presentation. First, I will start with sharing my creativity in practice, which is my poster and plot summary, and also my LinkedIn profile. Moving on to part B, I will apply Amabel's combinatorial theory to analyze my experience and also introduce my pink time. Then, I'll move on to the reflection part, where I talk about what I have learned and how I have grown, and together with the format and technology that I have used for this assignment. This is my poster. I designed it to look vibrant and story-like because I wanted it to reflect curiosity, culture, and imagination. I included elements that remind me of Japan, anime, food, and culture icons because they inspire me the most. Since childhood, I have often traveled with my family to different countries, experiencing different cultures. Among all, Japanese culture left a deep impression on me, from its traditions and people to the creativity of anime. Growing up, I became curious about the language behind the shows and stories I love. This inspired me to start learning Japanese, not only to enjoy anime more deeply, but also to connect with its rich culture. Today, as a university student in accounting, I continue to explore new skills and perspectives while keeping my passions for Japanese learning alive. This poster is a creative way to represent my story. Instead of making it look like a dramatic film, I designed it more like a visual journey. The images symbolize different parts of my life: my travels to Japan, my interest in anime and food, and my motivation to learn the language. The plot of my story places me as the main character who is always curious and exploring. Each trip and each experience give me something new to learn and reflect on. Creating this poster made me realize that visuals can tell a story just as well as words, and that creativity is about connecting experiences into something meaningful. LinkedIn is a professional space, so I keep my profile simple and clear. So, on my LinkedIn profile, I present myself as a motivated individual who is currently pursuing a Bachelor of Accounting. I'm also open to challenges that can help me grow and expand my knowledge. In the past, I have been working as a part-time tutor for 4 months, which really improved my communication skills and passion. These experiences not only developed my professional skills, but also shaped my personal growth. Creating this profile made me reflect that LinkedIn becomes more than just a profile. It is a creative way to build my professional identity and connect what I am learning now to the career I want to build in the future. Next, we move on to part B. For the theory, I choose Amabel's combinatorial theory of creativity. One creative example is from my part-time tutoring. At that time, when a student could not understand a concept, I used real-life examples and simple analogies instead of repeating the textbook to explain. This made the student understand faster and clearly. Of course, there are also times when I missed the chance to be creative. For example, there were times when I had good ideas for my study or projects, but I left them too late and rushed. Even though I had motivation and knowledge, I lacked the creative process of proper planning, so I missed the chance to develop those ideas fully. According to Amabel, this shows that creativity is strongest and works best when skills, flexible processes, and motivation all come together. But if one is missing, creativity will be limited and reduced. For my pink time, I focus on learning Japanese. The main motivation is my personal interest for anime, Japanese culture, and food. It inspired me to study the language so I can communicate better and understand the culture more deeply. This activity also taught me discipline because I set aside consistent time for it. By dedicating regular time to study, I build consistency, which helps me to overcome my procrastination and enjoy my hobby more. Thus, Pink Time showed me that when I learn with motivation, I can stay consistent and creative. Move on to part C. My creative type is the alchemist, which means that my creativity usually comes from inner transformation, curiosity, and self-reflection. I desire to learn from every experience and turn challenges into something valuable. My thinking style test shows that I am mostly an original thinker and an inventor. This means I'm imaginative and creative, and I often enjoy looking at problems from new perspectives. However, My scores for doer, analyst, and orator are much lower, showing that I may need to improve my practical, logical, and analytical skills. These results also help me understand my role in teamwork. As an alchemist and original thinker, I bring new ideas, imagination, and fresh perspectives to the group. But since my strength is more in reflective than execution, I work best when I team up with people who are strong doers or analysts. Through this way, my creativity and insights can be turned into practical outcomes. Before the end of the presentation, I would like to share my final reflection and conclusion about this assignment. Through this assignment, I gained a deeper understanding of myself and my creativity. One of the important realizations is that motivation and reflection are what truly support creativity, which the creativity is not only limited to art or design, but also about combining skills, motivation, and reflection. I also realized that how I work in teams. I bring new ideas and insights, but I need to collaborate with others who are strong in execution and analysis. So our strengths would be able to complement each other. For this assignment, I choose Canva as my presentation tool because it is visual and keeps my idea structure. In conclusion, curiosity is the force that drives growth on my own. It pushed me to learn, to explore, which will guide me in both my studies and my career journey continually. And that's all for my presentation today. Thanks for watching.